He is former federal agent Brian O'Connor.
A fierce manhunt is underway for 3 fugitives tonight. Multiple
Who, I'm not going to zoom on her mic because I don't want to get demonetized. Who put her mic there? Made it the most visible mic on the fucking planet. It literally, for anyone that has ADD, like me, even though a lot of people say I look like Vince, and I have to relate to Jesse, I see that what looks like one of like my Rode lavalier mics, horribly placed, to just draw your attention. It makes you stare. Hide your damn mic. Who did that to this woman?
But despite every eye in the country looking for them,
They did the same thing to that woman, just at the top of their dress. Hold on. Am I being like an idiot, or do all news stations do this? Male news presenter. Not in the UK, because I don't... It's more the US I kind of want to make fun of here. Okay, so here, but it's not like between her tits. Oh, it is visible. Is this just a thing? Am I just making fun of... Well, this makes sense because she has a black dress. So I feel like that's fine. Like, it's not so much the male gaze that I'm kind of personifying here. It's just that my ADD, you're wearing a blank dress like this, and then you just put like a little black dot in the center of it anywhere. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be on your tip. It can be on your shoulder. It can be on your stomach. It can be anywhere. I'm going to be focusing on that because that's how I'm wired. So it's just very strange. Like, this is big of a deal, but I'd still be looking at this because it sticks out and it bothers me. Really weird. This is an odd commentary. We're really kind of going down a rabbit hole here. Go back to watching The Fast and the Furious. I thought I was just criticizing the fictional news station in this movie. And then I thought, maybe I'm just criticizing the costume department in the studio that made this movie. But then it's like, hold on. Now I'm just criticizing whoever's putting mics on female news presenters in real life. Like, if I'm on the news and I've got, like, for some reason, a deep V-neck, I don't then want my damn microphone just sticking out here being like, hey, look at me. Was that an Amtrak locomotive? That looks like a Genesis, like an old Genesis locomotive that Amtrak would have used. Also, those trains are fucking fast. That's a Genesis. Those trains can go like, I think they can go upwards of 70 miles an hour. Amtrak, Genesis. Are we pressing S? Oh, why are we pressing S? What's going on? I hate computers. As much as I use them, I fucking hate them. Oh, great. Unplugging my keyboard crashed the entire fucking computer. I'm gonna go downstairs and get dinner. Hey everyone, we're back. We weren't that far into the movie. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna look up the train. Alright, here we go. Amtrak Genesis top speed? 103? Yo, that can't be right. I would have expected them to make more power. 4,000 horsepower is kind of, I guess, what you expect. For those of you that know anything about trains, you kind of expect average General Electric engines to be 4,400 horsepower. 103 though. Where the hell did they test that? What tracks in America? Am I thinking of the right train? Yeah, I am. I'm thinking that's a Genesis. Looks like got the lights here. I don't know. I'm getting this. We're gonna have to make a video about just me getting distracted, where it's basically Fast 5, but I don't actually watch Fast 5 or something like that. I'm gonna try and not have too many technical difficulties.
1 week later.
We are recording. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to include this in the video. I really desperately want to. 2 days ago, I recorded for another 53 minutes of the commentary. Made it decently into the movie, and realized that my broken 8-year-old Alienware mouse is apparently double-clicking whenever I try to single-click. And so when I pressed the record button, it recorded and then double clicked immediately after I pressed record and stopped recording without me realizing. And so, I lost an hour of footage. I don't remember what I said. This is not going to be my first reaction to parts of the movie. My hat has reappeared. This is actually a different green shirt, but I am maintaining continuity. And this is alcohol, because I drink about 3 times a year, and computers are always the reason why I do it. I love how the VLC logo has a Christmas hat. Like, what is that device? Sure, fine. So we got some dudes on this truck. We got driver and his co-pilot. This guy, which I think vaguely important later. I think this bald guy might be Dom. Could be wrong. Vin Diesel's stunt double. And this guy, I think, I'm pretty sure he dies. I don't remember there being another dude. Oh, there's 4 people. Maybe they're all gonna die. Who cares?
Where is he going?
Damn! Cat-like reflexes in Vin Diesel's contract. I mean, most motherfuckers, like, the dude's just a person that beat up a man with a socket wrench at one point and then became a street racer, and he's buff. But apparently, he also can disarm a dude, like, as if he was trained to do it. I will say this is the movie in the franchise where a lot of the bullshit starts to happen. A lot of the kind of all the physics going out the window. It's not a big deal, to be honest, because I don't really take a whole lot of issues with this movie. If anything, I would have thought this movie would have been the best or maybe the second best ending to the franchise, because how do you go on after it's like, you've won $100 million, you know? Or you're watching, like, a superhero movie, and you're watching your favorite character get stronger and stronger, and then he wins, and he becomes master of the universe, and kills Thanos, and, I don't know, reigns from the heavens. Like, how do you go from there? That's where you end it, because if you keep trying to escalate, which is the business model of this franchise, trying to one-up the previous movie at this point, you just kind of go, well, where do you go? It just starts to get a little silly. But Fast 5, I don't dislike, all right? Fast 5 is from a time of my life where I was really starting to realize I really am an automotive enthusiast and what I wanted to do. So, like, in 2011 when this movie came out, I realized I want to build myself an E46 M3. Ideally, it will be like a BMW M3 GTR. I didn't know anything about the M3 GTR at the time. I still hadn't learned a whole lot about it yet. That would have been more in high school when I learned about the V8 and all that crap. I still was big on A80 Supers at the time, until I was like, you know what? I did reading about Motor X and all of the history of that, reading about how there's maybe a couple dozen legal R34 GTRs in the country right now, to there being, and there's, at the time, a while from then, because it would have been like in 2014, how long we'd have to wait for them to come back to the country, and I thought, oh, we're going to have to wait so long, but at least they'll come. And I didn't even think that they would appreciate in value, because back then, an R34 GTR for $40,000, cheap as chips, man. I'd have 2 in my garage right now if they were that price. 2. Granted, in a storage house in Japan, but you get what I mean. Like, I'd import them, and then I'd have 2 in my garage. Because $40,000, man, the Mustang downstairs is worth more than that. And you can finance a JDM car. Don't think you can't do that if you're worried. Just go to Top Rank and say, hey, I want to buy an R32 or whatever. I'll put 10% down, and I'll make payments. And you can go like up to like 86 months or something. It's insane. Just have a good credit score, which is entirely your responsibility. And that might be an issue for you, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm ranting. What was I talking about? This movie came out during the really formative years of my life. I was in the UK at the time, so I was also watching a ton of Top Gear. I was still playing a lot of Need for Speed, like, at that time, The Run, mostly the originals like Underground 2, Carbon, Most Wanted, kind of over and over again, and nothing else. Watching a lot of early 1320 video stuff. But, you know, one of the better years of my childhood, better eras, when I really started to realize when the trajectory of my life and my personality and my taste really started to kind of go towards where it is now. It was around that time when I realized I want most of my cars to be purple. I can't remember why. It might have been because of Saints Row, even though that's a game I don't really play. I just kind of like the idea of stuff being purple. For some reason, I don't know. But here we are, more than 11 years later, and watching this movie again. It's been a long time, and it's kind of neat because my taste in cars wasn't really affected by this movie. It's just this movie just happened to come out at that time in my life, so that's why it holds a special place in my heart, despite it being ridiculous. What the heck? I recognize this music. This is the timed race music from Need for Speed: The Run, which was done by Mick Gordon, wasn't it? Was it Mick Gordon or Brian Tyler? Timed Race 2? I think? Yeah, it is. I want you to listen to that. I'll play this scene first with the audio of this, and you'll listen to it. And then I'm going to play this scene with the Need for Speed: The Run soundtrack. It's exactly the f***ing same. What are all those extra rails for? Did the trains run on a different gauge? What are these extra rails for? Or am I being an idiot and those extra rails aren't there for the rest of the track? It doesn't matter.
This roofing plastic says they're full of shit.
The f*** does that mean? I don't know. Can someone clue me in on that? What does that mean?
Lamento pela interrupção.
What the f*** was that painting?
Senhor Reis, posso bater papo com o senhor? Localizamos eles.
Pardon me, gentlemen.
Why? Can his guests not speak Portuguese? I'm so confused about that, actually. Kilos.
No, that's a dealer pack. See, most major players, they weigh their money, so they don't have to constantly count it. Right there, that's 49 kilos. 49 kilos is 1,000,000 in 20s.
Is that true? I want to start measuring my money in weight. That sounds fucking baller. Sorry my camera's glitching out, by the way. I don't know why it's doing that. The camera's fine. Why don't I have fucking internet? What the fuck? I don't have an internet. I think my network adapter is taking a shit. I'll use my phone. Weird. I'm just getting stuff about car dealerships and crap, which I don't care about. That's interesting information, if that's true. That's kind of... I like the idea of saying, I got 49 kilos in the bank. 49 kilos in the bank sounds kind of badass. Either that or I'm a child. I'm on guard duty, but I'm getting fucking drunk. What is this obsession with beer, man? I mean, I get American beer is ass, all right? I'll concede that. I turned 18 when I was in Europe, so I got to go and get beer. I think it was draft beer from like an actual tap in the Netherlands, and it was all right, but it still wasn't great. I can't understand. I think I've got this thing where all beer just kind of has that texture of soap, that kind of bubbly, airy, kind of unpleasant, you just want to spit it out type feeling. You ever gotten soap in your mouth as a kid? In case you're wondering how I know what soap tastes like, as if that's a big deal. Yes, that is definitely Gal Gadot.
Sexy legs, baby girl. What time do they open?
They open the same time as I pull this trigger.
Weirdly enough, my ex told me that was a good pickup line. Like, seriously. Like, she had a Google Doc, for some reason, of all the good pickup lines. And that was near the top. Sexy legs. When do they open? That's just a ticket to HR. Saying that to anybody. Alright, tell me. Alright. Early 2000s, boss car, alright? All black, full tinted windows, black wheels, or chrome if you're like that. Or just polished, whatever. A good, let's just go with like a Dyna exhaust and have that be your boss car. Something about that would be pretty sick, I think. Look at all them. Wait, American bills? Look like American bills. Like those look like hundreds. Now, why would Reyes be running his cash houses money of a different country? What good does that do for him? I'm very confused by that. $100 million in American currency? That's extremely convenient for our heroes, I guess. But like, what? Why? It would make... I think it would be fucking hilarious if the devs for GTA Online came out with a heist that was a carbon copy 1-to-1 of the heist in this movie. Like the setup, finding the cars, using police cars, pulling the safe down the street. Them doing that and pulling it off would be fucking hilarious, considering that Fast and the Furious video games don't have a great history. Hey, Missy, can I help you? I'm kind of in the middle of something here. Come here. Oh. I'm watching a movie. Well, I'm making a video about a movie. Do you have something to say? They can't see you. Go like this. Hello. Yes, and that's a movie. There's also stuff on the shelf there, too. That's a toy car. Yeah, it's a toy car. Do you want to have some toy cars? I can give you some toy cars. Do you want me to give you a toy car? Okay. I'll give you, What are you doing getting in my chair?
Coloca uma recompensa bem alta para que todo o pessoal na cidade fique de olho bem aberto.
Okay, $10 million to get everybody looking, right? What's the price they're going to put out on them? Like $100 grand or something serious, like $10 million? Like maybe I was having this discussion with Heather. We were watching a cooking show called I think Cook at All Costs. It's their whole thing is that they give you a budget and you have to bid for ingredients against your competitors. Your rivals, for the ingredients you can use in your dish, and you can't use anything extra. And so and if you use too much money, your prize gets reduced because you can only take home what's left in your bank, in your cooking budget. And some people are spending so much money that I just go, dude, this amount of money is becoming inconsequential. Like, the starting budget is $25,000, but some people walk away with like less than $8,000. I'm just like, that's just like a month and a half of work. Like, what's that gonna do? Like, unless if you are so desperate for any kind of money at all. I mean, yeah, free money is great, but in his position, I think, okay, realistically, what amount of money would tempt everyone? Because it has to be something that not only can get them out of a hole, but keep them comfortable for a long period of time, because that's what everyone wants. So, I would say at least 7 figures. At least 7 figures.
You know, look like you work out a little bit too. What you bench about 350?
350. Damn. I mean, bench numbers tend to be bigger than most other numbers, but damn. I think I only ever got up to 210 back when I was doing anything with weights. Ooh! Ass. Oh, an R33? Oh, R33. Alright. You know what? I'm going on to my YouTube channel. I've got an internet connection this time for some reason. Why is my space... Oh wow, it didn't crash. Maybe I need a new keyboard. I'm gonna do a poll. Let's see what people say. I'll revisit this later in the recording. What do you want? An R34 ER34 Coupe with the RB25 for 50 grand, R34 HR34 Coupe with an RB20 for 35, or an R33 GTR for 80,000, or R32 GTR for 50. Let's see what people think. Let's see if the R34s, even though they're not GTRs, let's see if they win. You know what? I think a lot of people don't know that those are non-GTR, so I think I'm just going to put non-GTR. Non-GTR ER34 RB25. There we go, I refined it. That way people know I'm not talking about GTR R34s. I lost my damn movie. I lost my damn movie.
Palm scanner. And without Reyes' handprint, Houdini himself couldn't open this bitch.
Oh, I remember how they get it.
How you know it's Reyes' handprint?
You got $100 million in a safe. You gonna put somebody else's handprint on it?
Well, I mean, you could. Could, actually. Think about it. I'm a mob boss, all right? I've got this safe with all my money in it, and everyone thinks it's my handprint. But what if I cut off someone's hand and like, well, what do you call it? Where you stuff things and preserve them. Fucking taxidermy it. Just the hand. And that's the print you use. Not even have it someone important or meaningful. Have it just be a random nobody you kill off the street, take their hand, and use that for your palm scanner so that even if someone kidnaps you and they get your hand on there and they go, it's not fucking working. I'm like, it's because it's not my damn handprint. It's the same as having a key, but it's not the key people are going to be looking for. Ever. Even once they realize it's not your hand, they're still going to be going after living people. They're never going to think it could be a hand of a corpse. It'll take them a long time to even think that's a possibility. Why do the guards even let her through? So, my brother-in-law, who's a boss, by the way, got me this gift for Christmas. He got me two. He got me these models. Got the Supra here. Very nice, right? Sorry about the reflections. Even got a figurine of Brian in there. But I think, as far as figurines go, this one is my favorite. We got the RX-7, and we got Han there. And because it's so ingrained with his character, he's holding a snack of like a bag of potato chips. Thanks, Mike, for the gift, and I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Sorry, my chair was on my frickin' headphone wires.
You're under arrest.
Arrest?
I think my capture card was glitching out.
But everything has a price.
Oh, for God's sake. I'm gonna need to recapture the rest of this movie. Because this is glitching the f*** out. So we're gonna take a break here. As, I can't deal with that. That's just annoying as hell. You guys. I'll see you guys in the next clip.